as they turn gatherings into experiences with stunning spreads of artesian cheeses, cured meats, fresh fruits, and gourmet bites. Perfect for corporate luncheons, weddings, parties, or any celebration that deserves a wow moment. They handle the details. You take the compliments. Book your Graze Table today at grazingouda.com. Grazing Gouda, because every event deserves to be savored.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
The temperature and leaves are falling daily, so that means it's time for a new pair of shoes for the fall season from Brown's Shoe Fit. Now through October 31st, take $15 off any regularly priced fall shoes and boots. Brands like Keen, Oboz, Echo, Taos, and Atrex all $15 off. Some exclusions may apply. See store for details. This is the sale you've all been waiting for, so get down to Brown's Shoe Fit on 66th and Q.
Imagine hitting rewind on your life 10, even 20 years. With testosterone therapy from Limitless Male, you can turn back the aging clock and get your edge, energy, and confidence back. If you've lost your drive, sleep deprived, muscle loss, belly fat, irritable, you're not the guy you once were. Get your T levels checked at Limitless Male. More and more men are realizing hormone replacement can turn back the clock. Schedule your free consult at limitlessmale.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Welcome in to Be a Beacon with Lighthouse on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here's your host, Bill Mitchner.
What is up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. I am Bill Mitchner. Wait, I'm not Bill Mitchner. I'm Drew Haverman. We are here. No Bill this week. He will be with us next week. He is out helping out the TIP program right now. So they are, I believe, are doing some construction work with the kids. Today will be me, Big Dog Harrison, and we got a special guest coming here joining us shortly, Mr. Colin Clare, the associate principal from Northeast. He's been on the show a few times. He's a great dude.
Oh, yeah. Been in multiple times. Yeah. I got to say that you guys are going to start paying me talent fees?
I mean,
that's 2 weeks in a row. You're using me as the guest here.
If I had money, Harrison, you'd be making six figures. You know that. If I had to say in it, DP, you pay this man. I'm just playing. But anyways, yeah. No, this is going to be a great up. Harrison, obviously, here going to fill in for Bill, fill in for me. You get to kind of be, Freaky Friday over there. You're going to be everybody these days.
Yeah, I got to learn a lot about Lighthouse, that's for sure. And it is kind of cool that you and Bill will rotate because you guys do have different perspectives, all aligned with the same goal.
For sure.
But it's always unique trying to figure out how everyone wants to reach those goals.
Yeah.
And that being said, I do see our guest
Big
trying to get
Colin
into the
Clay.
studio. So, Drew, I'll let you take it away here now.
Ain't it something, guys? We have kids who are late to class all the time, tardies, and now I have a principal. I get to scold an associate principal about being tardy. Oh my goodness. I'm just struck. It's traffic. And honestly, for downtown, I don't know what's going on, but I had to park a few blocks away. I had to park at Latitude and then walk and then watch parking go drive up to my car. So I'm just like, okay, let's hope there's not a little ticket up there, but
Or the parking garage 2 blocks away.
Oh, my Lord. You have to go to the 8th floor?
8.
What is going on in Lincoln? I'm unaware.
There's got to be something. I've seen a lot of people walking too, but that just shows you I'm not as in touch to the community as I thought I was because I don't know the cool stuff going on, Back in the day, I might have known everything going on in the city on O Street, but now I'm like, oh, there's an event tonight? There's a Husker game? Oh, cool.
Sorry for my tardiness, everyone.
Yep, that's a tardy slip. We'll call your parents. Speaking of that, how has that been? I remember last year we had I don't know if it was at Northeast at all. I know you weren't at Northeast, but at Lincoln High when I was working at ASP, we had a big tardy sweep. It was like a big suspension policy for a good month and a half, and we had kids getting tardy suspensions, and it was so crazy because the kids would come in like, I don't even know what I did, and they'd have like straight A's, but it's like, nah, dude, you have 47 tardies. Like, of course you're gonna have a consequence.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to cut down on that a little bit, and I think really highly of the folks over at Lincoln High.
Me too.
I think Mark Larson's a really good guy, and they have a really good leader and community member, and they got a lot of really good people over there on their staff, and so whatever they felt like they needed to do at the time, clearly that's their call, and I think it's best for kids. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to fix the behavior if it's really becoming an issue. So
True. I saw this one thing recently too, and I guess this is a good way to even start and get your opinion on this, Colin, as an administrator. There was a school that I saw, I'm not going to shout it out or anything. It was in a different state, but they were, instead of giving consequences to the students for being tardy and for being out of class and skipping class, they were giving consequences to the teachers. And it's like, that's just kind of defeating the purpose, because what you're going to do is you're going to have teachers then not punishing the kids out of fear of getting the consequence themselves. It was just the teachers were getting consequences for their students skipping class. And to me, it's like, how is that going to help teach the students to not skip class if they're just going to get their teachers in trouble?
I can't imagine that would help the teacher retention
And
wherever
exactly.
that is.
To me, that's the biggest thing, is like one of our hardest things with the teachers is getting them to want to stay. And LPS, say what you will, but we are great at that. Our teachers stay and they love it. They love the district and they love that. But all these other districts, sometimes they seem to be fighting to keep the teachers in it. But I'm real proud of LPS because of who we have still working at it.
We got a good thing going in our district, that's for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
And just to kind of get started, we have Colin Clare here with us, associate principal at Northeast, been with us before a few times. Tonight's episode, we're going to be kind of exploring restoring hope and how connection and compassion and partnership is kind of what's really important with building trust within the kids. So with that, Colin, I kind of wanted to know when you hear restoring hope, like what does that kind of mean for a day-to-day for you as an associate principal?
Well, thanks for having me on again. I always enjoy popping on here. Last week, Bill called me at 5:30.
Harrison asked to get paid for his talent fees. If you want paid for yours,
and Colin as well. At this point,
we can give you a Raising Cane's gift card or something.
Yeah, and I told Bill, I was like, dude, I'd love to be there, but there's no way that I would be on time.
But look, who I reached out, 12 hours ago, and I got you. So
6, but I mean,
6 hours
you still
ago.
did, yeah. No, restoring hope. I think we have moments in our lives, just like kids have moments in their lives, just like teachers, paras, custodians, office professional staff. I mean, everyone that works together to make this thing work.
Yeah.
We have days, weeks, months, even years that can be tough, but I think we have a responsibility as leaders, as people that others may look to, to say, hey, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
And continue to show up, continue to show up with a smile. One of the best compliments that I've had this year, and I'll be honest, transitioning over to Northeast has been has been interesting.
Yeah,
I mean,
we're gonna get into that a little bit.
It's taken some time to build some trust and rapport. But I had a kid that came up to me. He's like, "Why are you always smiling? Monday morning at 7:45. Why are you smiling?" And I didn't even realize it. But I walked away. I'm like, dang, that kid noticed. And so now every time he sees me,
That's why.
for whatever reason, I don't have a smile. If I'm focused on something, not upset by any means, but he'll look at me and make sure, hey, smile.
Oh
smile.
my gosh. There's so many times in my life where my daughter, because I'll just be sitting there on the couch just watching TV, not smiling. I'm usually all the time. And she's like, Daddy, what's wrong? And I was like, no, the Yankees are losing, baby. It's all good. Like, it's not, they lost already. I know, guys. But like, it's nothing serious. It's just not 100% joy right now. But that's such a good thing to have, because that means you are that happy person that they're used to seeing so happy in their life. Like,
some of the times.
Yeah.
Some of the times. But even when you're having a bad day, that's when it's even more important to make sure that you're modeling that positivity. You know, if you can be able to get through the mud, and still have a positive outlook on things, big picture things, right? Like, you know, this new initiative that you're putting in as a building is difficult, and there's going to be some backlash. But at the end of the day, it's supporting staff, it's supporting students, and you know, that big picture outlook is really important to be thinking about and continue to be positive. Because if you start showing your negativity, like, you're not restoring any hope.
No.
At that point, you're spreading negativity, and people feed off that for sure.
There was this quote I said to a kid. I lost the quote. I just had it in my head and I lost it. But it reminds me of also, you know who Kelsey Plum is, the basketball player?
Yeah.
There's always this video I always see on my TikTok and my Instagram. It's her shooting free throws, and she gets fouled. She gets to the line and she always smiles before she shoots. Like, she sits there and she smiles and then takes her shot. And then there's a interview of her talking about it. And she said her dad always told her, positivity attracts positivity. If you're up at the free throw line and you're being negative and you're pouting and you're sad, you're not going to make the shot. But if you're positive and you're being positive, the ball's going to feel that positivity and it's going to go in.
Yeah.
And I don't know what her free throw percentages are, but I'm pretty sure they're pretty high. You know what I mean? She's a great player.
I think athletics is a great way of looking at it. And I mean, this day and age, we all know, like, athletics, when something gets hard, someone says, okay, I'll just hit the portal. And it's such a problem. You know, someone that I think about for hope as far as like athletics goes, particularly Husker football, we're in the thick of football season. Ramir Johnson, like, that dude,
the definition,
went through the mud, went from like a third string to first string, back to third string, and never wavered on his team or on his community or on his people.
Could have left.
And I don't know. I mean, I didn't see the day to day. Maybe you had more intel, but like, that guy.
I mean, he was battling through injury. He's just a guy you feel bad for.
Yeah.
But he got,
But he has
his
his
reward
game.
at the end, that Boston College game, Bad Boy Mowers Bowl. When he went out there. And I think that was his hometown as well. So I think and he balled out that game. Man.
I
that
think
was
he even had a
Ramir
big
Johnson.
moment at the press conference too, where they're like, this is for him. Matt Rule made it for him. And that's such a rewarding moment. Cause he could have left and just had a senior year at, you know, UTEP or whatever, and just just flown away in the baseline. But now he has a legend. He has a history here at Nebraska. He could probably go to any bar in Lincoln and get a drink now, you know, like.
I would want that guy on my team any day of the week. In fact, there's one time that we were honoring something for my family down in the field, and he was sitting there catching punts, and I was like, now's my moment. I love Ramir. And I went up, I was like, dude, I would take you on my team any day of the week. And I think about that for any person at any leadership position to say, like, through the mud, through the mess, you've got to stay confident. You've got to stay positive. And I think that goes right back to your restoring hope. Like, seeing someone be like, okay, they can get through that. Like, we're going to be okay.
You can instill the confidence in somebody else by just proceeding yourself. I think on one more Husker player, I'd like to bring up Heinrich Harbaugh. Like, same thing too. Like, he started off as a quarterback, started off as like a local kid who's going to be a quarterback in Nebraska. Then instead of transferring to South Dakota, Northwest Missouri State, he stays here and plays a whole different position. That's not the, you know, the money maker, not the like get all the rewards points, get all the highlights. He's blocking for people. He's catching little passes. Like, you don't have to, he could have gone anywhere and been a quarterback, and he decided, no, I'm a Husker. I'm going to do for my team. Like you said, through the mud, which is just what we try to tell these kids.
And investing just in people.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's all about. I think through that positivity, you can spread that by going and investing it in people, telling them that you believe in them, giving them the positive praise when things are going well, even when things are not going well and you're seeing some positives, like pointing those out. I think that's part of leadership, and that's part of positivity, and it's part of restoring hope.
Exactly. Like one of the questions I had was what gives you hope on the hard days, and that's kind of what you just answered. Because like for me, I know that when I see positivity, when I see any type of just someone picking up trash and putting it away, just a kid just saying thank you, like it just gives me a little bit of like, okay, nothing's as bad as your brain is telling it to be. Is there something that specifically helps you kind of get out of that?
Yeah, I mean, relationships, staff, students. I lean on those relationships, selfishly for myself.
Yeah.
But also it continues to build community even when things are going bad. I think if you start getting negative and you shy away from those relationships when things get difficult, that's a recipe for pretty negative culture.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, seeing people enjoying what they're doing, watching kids find some sort of success, whatever that is for them. You know, I saw a kid that you guys were working with came back today and like struggled at first with understanding why this plan is in place, but like she found me at lunch, and after a conversation, she made it through the rest of the day, did well, like the best day she's had. And that right there, I'm like, I'm proud of you for even being here and for making it through today in such a positive way, you know?
That girl, I was so when we started putting this episode together, that was exactly who I was thinking about, restoring hope, because like me and you talked about her, we had our own discussions about what was going to happen, you know, like privately, and like that girl came in and was like, I know Mr. Claire has my back, I know it's going to be okay, but I need a little bit of positivity. Drew, can you help me? And I was like, I message Colin right now, you're good, like you're fine, like all the problems that you are feeling right now honestly are good things, because if you didn't care and you didn't want to go back to school, you wouldn't be feeling like this. You wouldn't be nervous for your meeting. You wouldn't be wanting to get a Lighthouse hoodie to go to the meeting so you look extra ready and stuff. Like, and to me, like just how ready she was to, like, I don't say be judged, but go into that meeting and get the judgment of how good she's doing. It just made me so proud that she was ready. And like knowing that she's going to go meet with you and going to go meet with the people at OPS district, I had zero worry while I was watching her have 100% worry, if that makes sense. I was like, no, you are fine. Like you've got the tools, you've got this.
It's a good little concern though. I mean, that concern is healthy, and I think it's like you said, it's a positive thing. Yeah. So
I always like to tell the kids that, like, if you are worried because you care, how many kids do you see are just like, oh, I don't even care? It's like, yeah, you don't care, and you're going to get probably in trouble for that. Like, you need to care a little bit.
Yeah.
So we kind of got into it. You've been at different schools. You started, you're at Pound last year. You're at Northeast this year. Now, what are the big differences you're kind of seeing with kids in each level? Because for me, I kind of, when I see admins go from middle school to high school, a lot of the times I see them go from the middle school to the high school that middle school would be going to. Yeah, and you went across town. I don't think any of your Pound kids probably go to Northeast.
We have two.
I mean, that's a fun little
2 out of 750. Yeah. And
it's not even 1%.
No, it's pretty minimal, but yeah, it's fun to see them out there too. And man, it took me a minute to figure out middle school kids. Their maturity is just it's just different.
They look older, but they're not older.
They're not.
Yeah.
And I had to remind myself, oh crap, these sixth graders were in elementary school last year. And like never in my life have I ever thought, maybe I'll try out elementary school. Yeah. Like never. So I think that they need a lot more like social lessons, social like awareness, to be able to sit down and say, like, give them the instruction of when this happens, what is your response? Oh, this is your response.
Why is that not appropriate? Why is this next response more appropriate? Yeah.
Like they need that.
Yeah.
They also need, sorry, they probably need more empathy too. With a less social maturity, probably come a lot more emotions. And so that's really important when you're working through kids, with kids, through whatever mess they're going through or whatever successes they're having.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's still important that empathy is huge.
Sometimes I think that even for the middle schoolers, you do need that more empathy, because the high schoolers almost would rather have it just straight what it is versus trying to appease my emotions. Just tell me what it is. Don't try to make me feel better about it. I've noticed a lot of high schoolers, they kind of find it fake if I'm like, okay, buddy, we're going to talk about your suspension. They're like, dude, just let me talk about it. Instead of the middle schoolers are like, okay, I'm ready to talk about it, Drew.
Yeah.
Let's do this. It's just like you said, the empathy is so important for the younger kids. But
well, and you have the opportunity to work with both on a daily basis, but yeah, you're right. Like, high school, they kind of just want it straight. That's actually something that I've really enjoyed about Northeast, like that community of people. I don't know, Harrison, if you have any interactions with people out of Northeast Lincoln, but like, it is, they just want it straight.
Yep.
I don't. Yeah, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I like that about high school kids in general, but then like Northeast Lincoln, like, it's a blue collar part of town, and that's how the parents parent, and that's what the kids are used to. And so you try sugarcoating something, and it's not going to hit as well.
You just watch their eyes roll back.
Yeah, sitting there and tell it to them straight. Like, if they have any negative reaction, it's easy to dial it back a little bit, but most of the time it's like, no, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Like, this is what it is. And they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it's a really neat community of people that they work really hard to support families, and they don't want any sugarcoating. They work for what they have. And I love high school, and I love that part of town.
Yeah.
Never thought that I'd ever be there, but I love that. So I think, going back to your question, like the difference, I think middle school is more empathy. There's less of a social maturity.
Yeah.
High school, you got to give it to them straight.
Yeah. It's always funny too, because then you see, like we were talking about the ages and just how different they are in middle school, and how they look older but they're younger. Like, when we were talking about that, I was thinking about my daughter for a second. I was like, oh my gosh, she's about to be a 6th grader next year. And I'm working with 6th graders. I'm like, oh my God, you're my daughter's classmate. I got to think about this a little bit harder. I got to know how you're going to interact with her later on. And so now you're starting to think about, you are raising the kids who are going to be friends with your kids, or friends with your kids' friends. You're just raising the society around your child. It's a whole different mindset sometimes.
Well, and you also have to realize these high school kids, they're 4 or less years away from going into the workforce, or college, or whatever it is they're deciding to do after high school. And like, employees aren't going to sit down and be like, okay, buddy.
Yeah.
Like, that's just not how they operate. They got to make money and,
so crazy.
Serve the community too.
That's one of the biggest things I remember my dad telling me about just raising kids, is you're raising a person you want to be the representative of you. And so that's the same with our Lighthouse kids. We're raising the representatives that we want to be the person who, when they're 40 years old, they say, I learned how to change a tire at Lighthouse. But it's like, oh, you learned the wrong way though at Lighthouse. So, like, we want to make sure we're teaching them things good for when they move on to life,
But what a cool opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, we are preparing the future of our community.
I think about that all the time, because there's lessons that repeat in my head from, like I always say, my dad, from just different teachers. And I'm like, I hope one day I'm the voice in some kid's head, like, hey, when you're righty tighty, lefty loosey, I mean, just
you
something.
will be.
I hope
you will be.
I know you will be too, Con. Now you've recommended a lot of kids this year to Lighthouse After School program. We've had a lot coming through. What kind of is your philosophy and kind of connecting them to Lighthouse? What is your, like, what do you look for to make it a good fit?
I think, well, it's good for anyone.
Yeah.
Whether they have connections or not. That program is good for any kid in any situation, quite frankly, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, if every person desires some sort of connection, some sort of feeling of belonging, and that's what you guys offer at Lighthouse. But I look for, excuse me, when I refer kids over to you guys, I do it intentionally, because I see someone that doesn't have connection.
Yeah.
That doesn't have a sense of belonging to a group. And I feel like without that, it's hard for them to want to be successful.
Yeah.
And I also, I link in partner with parents too. Like, Bill, I had him call a dad the other day. I just texted him. I'm like, hey, here's a situation. Can you call dad?
Yeah.
And they were there. And there's been improvements by the individual already, just because I feel like there is a sense of belonging, a sense of connection, a sense of I'm a part of something that's bigger than myself.
So important. Being a part of something, whether it's a sport, whether it's just a club, whether it's just like a community, I feel like that is so important. Be able to say you're this, not just that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have a community, I have a Lighthouse friends, I have everything that I need, I have connections, I have everything. We're gonna go on a quick break here though. That was a great perspective. After the break, we'll talk a little bit more about how school relationships kind of ripple through the community and why hope is everyone's job.
Excuse me, I got a little bit of cough as well, it looks like. But we got a couple texters in here. Well, one texter, I want to get this off before we do throw it to break. 1366 must be watching the stream, wants to know, did you sprain your wrist in a keyboarding race attempting to hit 50 words per minute with 3 or less errors?
No, I was in a scooter race attempting to hit 50 miles per hour on the sidewalk, and I fell down. A lot of kids came and helped me out though, so thank for the community. No, I can't type.
And then they also add the development, when you guys talk about middle school, the development of the prefrontal cortex for middle schoolers makes everything an emergency. And I can concur with that.
That's true.
I remember that age.
That is so true. Whoever texted that in, for sure.
Thank you for that. Thank you for being messages. Also put them in there in the chat, and we'll go right back to break.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Make your next event unforgettable with Grazing Gouda, your local artists and experts in charcuterie and grazed tables. From boardrooms to ballrooms, they turn gatherings into experiences with stunning spreads of artisan cheeses, cured meats, fresh fruits, and gourmet bites. Perfect for corporate luncheons, weddings, parties, or any celebration that deserves a wow moment. They handle the details, you take the compliments. Book your graze table today at GrazingGouda.com. Grazing Gouda, because every event deserves to be savored.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
If you're a business owner, I want you to think about the amount of time you've spent worrying about safety and security. Lincoln's own experts at Diode Technologies design custom solutions for security, communication, and so much more. From automated security to secure video conferencing, their team sits down with you to get to know you and what your business needs. Manage your operations and get notified when there is suspicious activity. Save time and cut back on stress. Diode Tech always keeps you in the know. Contact them today at 402-793-5124.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: patchy fog possible this morning, along with a chance of showers. Otherwise, partly sunny and breezy. The high near 82. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with the low near 65. And tomorrow, we'll see partly sunny skies return. It'll be breezy with the high near 82. I'm meteorologist Kyle Lexington, 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com. A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
If the power is out, traffic lights might be too. If you come across a dark intersection, treat it like a four-way stop. See more tips at les.com/safety.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Now back to Be a Beacon with Lighthouse on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What is up? Welcome back to Be a Beacon. We are here with Colin Clare from Northeast and, of course, Mr. Harrison Aaron's on the boards. Did I say last name right, Harrison?
You said it like an American. If you want to go full German, it's Arns.
Arns.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, we're here with Colin. We're going to take a little zoom out kind of now. We're going to look at schools and families and communities and kind of seeing how we can build lighthouses within our own lighthouse, if that makes sense. So at Northeast, you guys use a lot of community partners and stuff like that. And at Lighthouse, we do too. We work with like United Way and a lot of like local mentors. We work with the teammates a lot. Now, when you see teammates coming to Northeast, does that give you a little bit of pride and get you a little bit excited for the kids who get the teammates?
Every time I see a teammate there, I just say, I say thank you for being here.
Yeah.
I think there's so much that goes into that. The matching process in general takes time out of someone's day or week to be able to plan in busy schedules. And I mean, I look out here like everyone's just busy, rushing around, and like to be able to say, I'm going to dedicate 1 hour every week to going and meeting with my kid. I know someone that I think maybe he's a senior now, but from like third grade on for however many years, 9 years, like he's gone out once a week to meet with this kid. And I mean, it can make me emotional talking about it enough, because it just goes to show people want to help be that connection. So yeah, it fires me up.
And I know it doesn't need to be said, but that's unpaid also. I know like mentoring is not supposed to be paid, but I just think back to like, I'm getting off work, I'm always like, okay, getting off work, go home. But thinking about, no, get off work and I'll go mentor a young child for an hour. You don't get anything out of it. You just get the results of them out of it. Like, but the people are doing it and they're getting the results. I know Des Moines Adams has a show on here, and he's a mentor.
Yeah, not anymore. That one did wrap up.
Did wrap up?
Yep, they did put it out. And I should mention, too, it's really cool. If you are serious about becoming a teammate, a lot of businesses around this area, if you say, like, hey, I want to be a teammate, a lot of them will give you the hour, in the middle of work when you need it to go do that. Because you're going to be hard pressed to find people that say that's a waste of time. Like companies, not all of them, obviously, but most of them, I will say they'll help you out if you need to take that out.
And like the schools are all welcoming to the teammates to come into the building. I mean, at Lighthouse, we have teammates come into Lighthouse when the kids are in ASP. Like we welcome that teammate all the time. I was just bringing up Des Moines Adams because he's in that program, and one of his mentees is one of my good friends, and he's been with him since the 6th grade. And I remember when he started with him, I was at UNL with a Susan Buffett scholarship, and Des Moines Adams was my mentor. So it's just cool to see that he's still doing it and still ringing that bell, which is something that like you said, is just impressive, because everybody needs a mentor. Everybody needs a teammate. You could be a Warren Buffett's son and still need that teammate.
Doesn't matter. That sense of connection. They call it the curb cut effect. Like typically a curb cut was made for people in wheelchairs, but in reality it's good for everyone. Right. And so it's the same deal with people with connection, with feeling a sense of belonging, with mentorship. Everyone needs that.
Yeah. I could use a curb cut on that scooter earlier when I hit that curb and
curb cut, man.
Yeah. So what's one simple act of connection that kind of makes a big difference in those kids' lives that you kind of noticed? I know for me that just listening and just like full attention and not being on my phone while I'm talking to them, not like, looking around, not talking to other people, but like legit eye contact and just like, I'm listening, I'm present in your conversation. I've noticed that is something that the kids almost like don't understand. They're like, don't you need to check that? Don't you need to go do that? It's like, no, I'm listening to you. And they're like, they just let everything out.
Yeah. I think it doesn't matter who you're working with. I'll mention my 4-year-old. When I tell him I'm proud of him, like he lights up.
Yeah.
Right. And I tell him that probably not enough, but I feel like I do it a lot. But every time I do it, he lights up. All the way up to, I had a counselor of a kid that I used to work with. This student moved on to high school, and the counselor reached out and said, hey, I just want to make you aware, like this student mentioned that last year you said that you were proud of her and that you believed in her. And she still remembered that. I don't remember doing that, but like, I'm sure at one point it was like, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
And I want you to know that I believe in you.
Yeah.
And like that, when you hear that, Harrison, when you hear that, like that can completely spark something in you that it's like, okay, if someone feels this way about me.
Yeah.
And
they're noticing.
Yeah.
I think that's like most kids, and like they just feel like a lack of anybody in their corner. So it's like, if I try to do something, if I fail, nobody cares. If I succeed, nobody still cares. And then you kind of get this stagnant where they're kind of just going nowhere because no one's in their corner. So if you're just saying, I'm proud of you, it's like, oh, people are noticing.
And you said, and the way you said everybody cared, like my daughter reposted something on TikTok that was just like, my dad is so cool. And I swear it was like I won a Super Bowl. I was like in the kitchen, like pumping my fist, like, let's go. That's right. But it's like, everybody needs to hear it. Kids to their parents, parents to the kids. Like nobody is ever mad at hearing I'm proud of you or good job. One thing I like to do when I see a kid leaving is I always go, hey, and I get them to turn around and be like, see you later. And it's just like a dumb little like, okay, yeah, but it gives them that one-on-one like, hey, Drew's not just letting me leave without saying bye. He's singling me out to say bye. And sometimes just that is enough for them to be like, I got somebody with me no matter what. And like you said, having one person in your corner can mean the world, because sometimes they feel like they have nobody.
I think it makes them realize that someone is, and then they realize, oh, this person is too, and this person is too, and this person is too. They just show it in different ways, and I think it gives them confidence that just is kind of contagious within themselves and others.
Yeah.
So what a cool opportunity that we get every day to be able to. I saw the clip from the I'm going to bring this back around, I promise. From the Minnesota game, Rule's first year, and it was when Sims threw that just awful touchdown.
I know exactly which one you're talking about.
And what's his face on Fox was like, they made chicken salad. And like,
hey,
you know that term, right?
Yep.
We have that opportunity to make chicken
All
salad
the time.
every day, whether we're given the right ingredients or
we are on the same wavelength, Colin, because that's what I say in ASP all the time. Is like, you are in ASP for a bad reason, but look where you're at for that bad reason. You're having fun. You're going to be here. You're going to get your homework done. Like, you're having a good day, but you came here for a bad reason. Like, there's not many places that like you're happy to be at, but you're there as a consequence. And that's what we try to make Lighthouse and try to make ASP kind of be like.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
I strategically use you guys sometimes. Like, if I know that there's a parent relationship that maybe we're struggling a little bit, like the trust isn't there.
Yeah.
There isn't that relationship. I'm like, let's let Lighthouse do some magic here. And that's relying on, one of your first question here is relying on community partners. Sorry. Yeah. I use you guys a little bit.
Yeah.
I use us a little bit.
Hey, use your resources.
Like the work you guys do helps us out too.
What do we say to kids all the time? Use your tools, use your resources. We're all resources. And like the one thing I keep saying this, but like closed mouths don't get fed. We say that in ASP, we say it at Lighthouse, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. Like, you have to ask. People can't read your mind. And like, you can't just like, oh, I'm just going to see if Lighthouses works. You have to actually know the system, how we work things. You're not just guessing and sending kids randomly, which is super respectful. And I love that.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, how can parents kind of play a part in restoring hope? Because we see what we can do as, school teachers and as the admins and just the mentors in the room. But what can we give advice to some parents that maybe at home it's a little bit different than at school? Because one thing that I always do, because parents, I see the kids at their worst, and the parents are always stressed out, and they come and they say things like, I just can't control them at home. And at home, they talk to me like this, and they're so rude and so all this. But to me, I always have the same response. It's like, they are comfortable with you. They are comfortable with you to talk to you like this, to be disrespectful to you like this. A lot of times you may hate it, but if they were uncomfortable with you, that means that they don't trust you. That means they don't feel safe around you. The fact that they're able to be this rebellious is showing that they're not afraid and they have a safe space to come to. And a lot of parents kind of like, okay, that gives me a little bit of hope. But help me out right now anyway,
I think that's a really good response. I always was horribly behaved for my parents. Like, that's just the way it is. I feel bad about it now, and I apologize frequently.
Usually happens in our 20s where we're like, hey, mom and dad were pretty good, actually.
By the way, I'm sorry.
I sucked.
Yeah,
I sucked. I think though, like the message that I keep reiterating tonight is just finding connection, finding something to be involved in, finding something that is bigger than yourself to be involved in. I don't ever want to judge, a parent on the way that they raise their kid, unless it's illegal or something. Like,
as we have to.
Legally have to. Yes.
Yeah.
But like, parenting methods based off scenarios that they're in or have been in, like, I'm a firm believer that majority of people do their best every day.
Yeah.
But a piece of advice that I will always give parents is, hey, I notice your kid's not involved in anything.
Yeah. Something. Third place.
There's so many opportunities here in Lincoln to be involved in something.
Yeah.
So how can we help?
Mm-hmm.
There's so many opportunities here at Northeast, here within LPS, here within the community of Lincoln. Like, what can we do to help?
Yeah.
And we will make it happen.
Yeah.
And that's where if they're not interested in something at school, okay,
yeah,
fine. But I love the fact that I can say, I do some work on Lighthouse board, selfishly, like it was part of
some work,
it was
a
for
lot
me.
of work.
It was for me
Yeah.
as well to be able to utilize that opportunity and say, hey, I do some work for Lighthouse.
Yeah.
I'd love to refer you to their, whether it's ASP or after school program, and they can help you find the different opportunities within their organization.
Yeah.
I love being able to say that. So I don't know about advice. I'm still figuring it out as a parent myself.
Yeah.
But one thing that I will say for sure is that my kids are going to be involved in something.
Yeah.
And they already are. I mean, 4 and 2, and we try to get them involved in something early so that they just get used to that. Like, it's the norm that on weeknights and weekends, right now weekends are slower because of football season, selfishly. We go to the football games though. We all do. But finding something to be involved in.
Yeah. Kind of going back to what we were talking about with just the parenting, but one thing that Brandon McWilliams is one of my best friends and one of my biggest like mentors. I'll get into what he said after the break, but he always comes with me with these great advice, these great stories. And one thing he told me about with arguing was just some people only know how to argue. And when they're arguing, that's them showing you their love. So a lot of times these kids, they don't know how to show their love. So they're like, I'm arguing with you. I'm not leaving you. That's how I'm showing my love. It's just always kind of interesting to me.
For sure.
After the break, we'll finish up here with Mr. Claire. We'll close the night by reflecting on what keeps the light burning for education parents.
The temperature and leaves are falling daily, so that means it's time for a new pair of shoes for the fall season from Brown's Shoe Fit. Now through October 31st, take $15 off any regularly priced fall shoes and boots. Brands like Keen, Oboz, Echo, Taos, and Atrex all $15 off. Some exclusions may apply. See store for details. This is the sale you've all been waiting for, so get down to Brown's Shoe Fit on 66th and Q.
If the power is out, traffic lights might be too. If you come across a dark intersection, treat it like a four-way stop. See more tips at les.com/safety.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O. Sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes! Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, patchy fog possible this morning, along with a chance of showers. Otherwise, partly sunny and breezy. The high near 82. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, below near 65. And tomorrow, we'll see partly sunny skies return. It'll be breezy with the high near 82. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher, 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital. Your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Now back to Be a Beacon with Lighthouse on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we are here wrapping up with the main man, Colin Clare, Mr. Harrison Arns. There we go.
There you go. Got it right.
I'm German. I'm not, but I could be. Who knows?
What is Haverman?
I think it is German. I think I'm adopted though, so I mean,
okay.
My dad, I'm pretty sure, is German. I think I should probably ask him. Huh?
Okay, I was just out of curiosity. I haven't heard that last name.
Hey,
First
man,
one
I'm
to see.
pretty sure it's German, but everybody always pronounces it Haverman. So that's how I always knew it. I hang up the phone. Like, that's the telemarketer. If they can't say the name right, hang up the phone up. That's my dad's rule. They say Haverman or Haverman, hang the phone up. No, I did a lot, you know. What about you, Colin? Anybody ever mess up your name? Your name's kind of easy. Colin
Pretty
Clare?
easy.
Yeah.
Colin.
Sometimes.
It's a spelling.
Yeah.
But Irish through and through, pretty thick in my
I see the red in there a little bit.
Really?
A little bit in the beard, you know, a little real red.
You got a slight tinge.
You got a little tinge. I got a little bit too, you know.
All right.
I'm Irish too, I guess, you know. No.
There you go.
No, who's kind of been, we've talked about this a little bit. We've talked about your parents before. We've talked about a few of your mentors also. Has there been like a Lighthouse like group or Lighthouse type of like rec center or maybe like a sport that you can kind of turn to when you were a kid that you can help kind of, you know, like it started to turn the wheels a little bit in your brain a little bit?
Yeah, I just think any coach that I had that was willing to invest in me or instill confidence in me.
Yeah.
Those were individuals that helped shape my habits, my work ethic, my just drive on a daily basis to be better each day. and I still have the opportunity of interacting with a lot of those people.
Yeah.
Ryan Gattulo is a football coach over at Southeast.
Yep,
and
great man.
Really, really, really good guy. He's an administrator over there too, and just someone that I look up to and admire. But I've had a lot of people that I've either played for, worked with, worked for, and continue to work for, that just have instilled that sense of, be better every day.
Yeah.
I would say, I mean, my wife too, like, she has instilled that in me as well.
That's awesome.
And has helped shape who I am. My faith, I lean really, really, really hard on that on a daily basis. I'm trying to improve that on a daily basis. I think that's what gets me through a lot of things.
Yeah.
So those are some of the lighthouses in my life. What about you?
I know me, like growing up, obviously my dad I say it every single week. My dad's my biggest role model, but like growing up, this is going to sound nerdy, but Mr. Rogers and Stuart Scott were two dudes that if I could be somebody growing up, it'd be Mr. Rogers mixed with Stuart Scott. And if anybody doesn't know, Stuart Scott was an ESPN analyst. He died of cancer about a decade ago now, but he was probably one of the first anchors that was kind of like booyah and doing all the jokes, and like he had a lazy eye, but it didn't matter. And like he was funny, and he was one of the first like black men that I saw on TV all the time. And as a kid, I was like, this dude is so cool. And then Mr. Rogers, my dad made me watch that every day after school. And it was calm. And it was just, that is how I feel like everybody should talk to people. Harrison, don't think you're getting off this one. Who are your lighthouses? Who are some, even celebrities that you can kind of think back that you're like, this is how I'd like to live my life, or this is a good person to look up to? And then I want yours too, Colin, from celebrities.
Celebrities, I don't really have a ton. A lot of it was usually like athletes.
Yeah.
And I was kind of looking up to, obviously Kobe Bryant. That's like easy one. It's like, okay, that is an insane mentality to have.
Mamba.
And yeah, if you want something, you're going to have to go and get it. Like no one's going to go hand it to you. He was always a big one for me. And then honestly, I don't really think I have like celebrities. My parents, my brothers, like my oldest brother Everett was a really good role model.
Shout out Everett.
Everyone just always liked him, and I was like, it's so cool. Like my brother's such a likable guy. He seems like popular, cool, and then the way he talks to everyone, he's really nice. And it's like, okay, that's how you become a likable guy.
That's how you do that.
Yeah, you just treat everyone with basic respect. So those are kind of the people I definitely looked up to. And then of course my mom, my dad, all those guys are great.
Yeah, those are great ones. Colin, how about you?
Gosh, I think growing up, like Tom Brady was just the GOAT. I was just talking to a kid this morning. He's like, is Tom Brady like the Patrick Mahomes of your generation?
Oh, man.
Like, bro, it's
not even close.
You don't even know.
Not even close.
I'm not even a Brady fan, but you don't even know.
But I think even now, like, I look at guys like Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah.
That dude just keeps competing and winning. And like, I spoke earlier about my faith. Like that's a huge piece of me. And like when he talks about like, look, my battle was already won, and I'm going to sit here and I do this for fun. And like, what a cool message for me to think about.
Yeah.
Like on crappy days, it's like, oh yeah, I mean, it's bigger than just me.
Yeah.
I mean, my battle is won. And so I just, I admire that in him. And so.
I always think one of the most underrated messages that athletes kind of deliver is that like this is a game. This is not my life. This is just for fun. Like I forget who it was, but it's always that in the playoffs they go, is this pressure? Do you feel the pressure of this? And there's always an athlete who's always like, nah, pressure is whatever. But then there's always one who's like, pressure, like the pressure is the single mom getting food for her kid. The pressure is the dad working 50 hours a week. That's the pressure. Like those are the guys who are under pressure. The real people working. I always find that mentality with the athletes is just so refreshing because it's just gratitude. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah. Well, Colin, I'll give you $20, I guess, later. Being here, Harrison, I'll pay you later too.
There you go.
Thanks again for joining us. The work you do every day at Northeast is just so appreciated, and you're doing a great job. You remind us every day that hope isn't abstract. It's built through connection, compassion, and consistency. So to everyone listening, keep shining wherever you are and be who you need to somewhere this week.